Hello, this is James. Tonight I am bringing to you my very best KC Cup deck. People ask me why did I not play this during the stage 1 of the KC Cup. It is because I was saving it for stage 2 when it could be at its most efficacious and at 9,000 DP. Even with all of my free-to-play restrictions and substitutions, I think that it has proven that handily. So in tonight's video, we are going to talk about the choices in building a deck and the free-to-play substitutions, and we're going to look at a couple of the choice replays, but mostly I am going to be talking. First of all, the crux of this deck, the whole basis upon which it rests, is trick up the sleeve, guaranteeing us Cosmo Brain turn 1. Turn 1 Cosmo Brain, a spellcaster that you can special summon and make enormous, and it is the basis on which we will build our plays. So the magic of this deck is that it unbricks Blue Eyes. So going turn 1, you have a good defensive option with your spellbooks. You can set up a spellbook protection with Spellbook of Fate, charge it up with 3 spellbooks in the graveyard. You can banish any card your opponent controls. That'll take the wind out of turn 2 OTK sails. And then any other turn, our Cosmo Brain can combo with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards out of our deck. So given that we're guaranteed the Cosmo Brain, we can draw any of 9 other cards that can let us do stuff. If it's one of our Blue Eyes cards, we can special summon the Cosmo Brain. If it's either Spellbook Magician of Prophecy or Spellbook of Secrets, we can set up spellbook plays, and that's actually the better option because Cosmo Brain can tribute Spellbook Magician of Prophecy for its effect to special summon a Blue Eyes from the deck or Blue Eyes from the hand. You can also summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, the normal monster, from the hand, but that's less interesting. You can get out those Dragon Spirits of White for free to get that extra banish. So you could go turn 2, Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, do all of your spellbook things, which we're going to talk about, Cosmo Brain, summon, and then tribute the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy for a second removal with the Dragon Spirit of White from the hand. That's obviously very idealized, but it is very powerful. We have 2 Dragon Spirit of White, and since I only have 2, James, you must want to use Bingo Machine Go. James, why are you not using your copy of Bingo Machine Go? It's because every single time that I drew Bingo Machine Go, I felt that I would rather have a spellbook, because to get the spellbooks up and running in optimal condition, you need to go through Spellbook of the Master, and basically what Spellbook of the Master requires is that you have an extra spellbook in hand to reveal for its effect, to get that double draw off of your Spellbook of Secrets. It's a Shadow Spellbook of Secrets, and so that's why we're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spellbook cards. Any of these spellbook cards can work with Spellbook of the Master, and Spellbook of the Master is how we're going to charge up that Fate Banish very, very quickly. So we have 2 Blue Boy, 2 Secrets. If you have more, run them. If you have an extra Blue Boy, if you have an extra Secrets, I recommend taking out the second Eternity, and I recommend taking out the second Treacherous Trap Hole, because that makes the deck much more consistent. Besides being able to tribute the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy for Cosmo Brain's effect to get out a free Blue Eyes, spellbooks condense down the goodness of the deck. They're constantly, every turn, pulling out 2, 3 cards out of the deck and making it much more likely to draw into your Dragon Spirit of White, into your Treacherous, and that's why it's okay to only run 2, okay to run 2 or even 1 in the case where you have the more consistent version with more Spellbook Magician of Prophecy and Spellbook of Secrets. We have 2 Fate for the reason that we'll get at least 2 banishes. We're going to get 2 good solid banishes with this deck. The first one you get for free. Essentially, you go Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, either search Spellbook of Secrets or the reverse Secret search Prophecy. Anyway, Secrets ends up in the grave, and you get out Spellbook of the Master off of the second one. So for example, Secrets, search Prophecy, normal summon Prophecy, search Master, and then Master, reveal another spellbook in hand, copy Secrets, and then search another spellbook. So say Spellbook of Organization, which is secretly awesome in this deck. So if you have nothing else, if you have absolutely nothing else but just the lowly Spellbook of Organization, besides being just a free spellbook that you can throw into the grave for the Fate Banish, Spellbook of Organization can unbrick the brick, guys. You have your Cosmo Brain in hand, you can't summon him. Spellbook of Organization, in addition to being Fate Fuel, lets you drill down 3 into the deck and lets you pick out those cards that you need, lets you pick out that Treacherous if you need it, lets you pick out that Dragon Spirit of White or the Blue Eyes White Dragon so that you can unlimber the full might and potential of the Cosmo Brain. Spellbook of Organization, amazing. Spellbook of the Master only at 1 because it is restrictive. It does require another spellbook to be revealed in the hand. Spellbook of the Eternity in the optimal version would be run at 1. I'm running 2. Spellbook of Eternity is less important in this deck than in pure spellbooks because you're not really playing the long game with your fates. You're trying to get quick removals with your Dragon Spirit of White, get quick removals with your Spellbook of Fate, and then maybe if that's not enough, you play your Eternity, and then you can recycle a little bit, and then you can banish 1 for your Spellbook of Fate. Now the reason that we're playing 2 Spellbook of Fate is so that we can play 1, all right, have that go to the graveyard, and then again, if we recharge with Spellbook of Eternity, we can play the second one, and then when you play your second Spellbook of Fate, make sure you banish the first one out of the graveyard, and that way it can be recovered and it can be recycled. Finally, the last thing that we want to talk about is our revival cards for our Blue Eyes monsters. So we're not using Birthright at all because Birthright is super slow. Obviously, you want to have 3 Silver's Cry. Silver's Cry is a quick play card. You can play it whenever you want, for whatever reason, as late as you want. Silver's Cry is great. Silver's Cry is also a main box ultra rare, and I find personally that it is adequately substituted by Swing of Memories. Swing of Memories is a level up card from Alexis Rhodes. You get it, I want to say in the high 30s, and also as her highest Tau, as her level 45 reward, you can get Swing of Memories. And even though it has the restriction that the monster is destroyed during the end phase of the turn, Blue Eyes is a cheese deck. Blue Eyes wants to hurry up and destroy the opponent's monster. If you don't have it set up so that you're going to win in that turn, you're probably not going to be winning anyway, so I think that Swing of Memories is actually a really good substitution for Silver's Cry. Finally, Treacherous Trap Hole really gives some good oomph to the deck, so I'm running 2 to make up for the lack of consistency with only the 2 Blue Boy and the 2 Spellbook of Secrets, because instead of building up the grave pile for a Spellbook of Fate Banish, you can just go Treacherous Trap Hole and get that quick and dirty destruction and monster removal. It is less flexible than Spellbook of Fate, but makes up for that in consistency. Lastly, about Spellbook of Fate, you need to recognize when you're playing with this card, it's not all about the charge up 3 for the banish. You can banish 1 spellbook so that you can return 1 set spell trap card on the field of the hand. Sometimes that's all you need for the OTK, and for the real pro plays, banish 2, change 1 monster on the field to face down defense position or face up attack position. Ooh, the real meta players use that on their own Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, on their own Blue Boy, in the times of need to protect their life points and also search up another spellbook, and usually that's going to be a Spellbook of Secrets, so that you can get another Blue Boy on the field and you can restart the cycle. And of course, we completely ignore the extra deck because synchros are not yet meta. Now we're going to take a look at some of the very nice replays in my climb to 9K DP. This deck went very, very well, except in these two cases when I got that hard brick hand. I had the Cosmo Brain, but I didn't have one of the other 9 cards that allows you to do stuff, and of course it's against Blue Eyes Trick Up the Sleeve Arcana. So a little bit rocky, but definitely a net win record, and definitely the kind of deck that you want to be playing because it wins, and it wins quickly. All right, here this is probably my most interesting duel of my KC Cup Stage 2 experience. We got that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That hard brick. This is unacceptable, which is to say it's a death sentence against another OTK deck. But with the Fire King Duel deck, we have a little bit of time. So we have to pass our first turn. Turn 2 gets the full deal. Has the Duel, has the Yakshas. Duel's gonna come on out with the Terror Incarnate. Yaksha takes a big bite out of the life points. Duel destroys, and all we can do is set up. So what I was actually doing with these cards was I was kind of hoping that the opponent would play Phoenix, and then Phoenix would destroy these for me. I'm not really sure where I was going with that. With only 2,200 life points, but we can only hope when we get such a badly bricked hand. We play Spellbook of Organization. This is a common tactic. You play Organization when you normally have spellcasters. You play Organization and Fate, and then so if the opponent Cosmic Cyclones, maybe they'll Cosmic Cyclone the Organization, and you can keep the Fate safe. Anyway, we play Spellbook of Organization, and I see into the future, and I see is all I have to do is stall. So we reorder the deck, and I draw the Treacherous Trap Hole. Fire King Island destroys the Grave Squirm, searches up another Fire King Yaksha. I foresee the 2 monsters. We go Treacherous, destroy, Yaksha. That's a misplay. There's nothing to destroy. Terror Incarnate brings out the ultimate nightmare. Very bad for Blue Eyes OTK, but we do have its weakness. So next we draw the Dragon Spirit of White, and all we can do this turn is hope that our opponent does not draw another monster. They do not. That's all we need. We're going to go into our final turn. So, special summon the Cosmo Brain. Discard the Dragon Spirit of White. We had the perfect 3 cards with the Spellbook of Organization. Fate off the back row. I have no idea what it is. We go Swing of Memories, and you know what happens. Dragon Spirit of White banishes the field spell, and we have a clear shot at the life points. No Karibo. Alright, here we're going first against Thikshizu Thishtar. Trick Up the Sleeve, of course. Prescience, very interesting skill. Alright, so here we have the unbricked version. Here we have our good turn 1 option, and we are going to play it effectively. So we go Secrets into Blue Boy, Master Copy Secrets to search Eternity, but it's just another spellbook. And here's what I was talking about. Going turn 1, the Fate is vulnerable to like a Galaxy Cyclone or a Cosmic Cyclone, so we want to bluff the opponent out, and I find that in general, people go for the middle. So if they Galaxy Cyclone, that Spellbook of Organization is activated, and that would be very good. That exact thing happens. Galaxy Cyclone onto the middle, onto the Spellbook of Organization, and we get to reorder our deck as we see fit. Amazoness Heirloom, we're going to go Spellbook of Fate. Bring down the Blue Boy. Alright, and then he's going to get a search. And what makes this worth is our Spellbook of Eternity. So, our Blue Boy +1, and then our Eternity is gonna recover those resources. And so the easy play would have been just to banish the Amazon of Swords woman, but it would have been too costly. We want to save that banish for when we need it. Alright, so we have Spellbook of Secrets, searches another blue, oh boy, blue boy searches another, the second fate. Special summon the Cosmo Brain, dump the Blue Eyes White Dragon, Spellbook of the Master, copy Secrets, search another Eternity, and here we're just completing the combo. We're leaving no stone unturned. We're gonna banish the woman, tribute the blue boy. Now we have 6,100 points of damage, straight for the thickness. Here we went second against Weevil, Thunderwood, Trick of the Sleeve, 21 card Weevil, and Weevil's red, so he's going first, and we are going second, and we get a pretty good hand. So we have Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, search Secrets. We're gonna go Secrets, search Master, and we have that Parasite on top. Master, copy Secrets. We're gonna search that Spellbook of Organization, and then we're just gonna set. We're not gonna go into the full back row. We're not gonna go into the full setup because we don't know what this back row is. And then the worst possible thing happens. Xing Zhenhu pins down our fate, pins down our organization. So the customary, the double play to bluff out the stuff, so did not work out here. But the opponent overplays his hand just a little bit. We are going to activate our Spellbook of Fate. Our Parasite comes out, but you know what? That's just free Blue Eyes fuel, and even if the opponent has a Karibo, we still have lethal. So, that is my deck for Stage 2 of the KC Cup, and I am going to retire at 9k DP. I think that's enough to keep me in the top 30,000 finishers, and that's enough to get me a rare ticket. If you are continuing on in your KC Cup journey, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for watching.